Being a Christian woman and walking in God's calling for our lives can be a difficult task. With the world and pop culture telling us to be one way, and the Bible saying another, you kind of end up feeling like an other. Well, you're not alone. Join me now and my friends as we navigate life in our 20s and 30s, while making sure we live out our faith, embrace our femininity, and looking cute. We discuss pop culture, life, careers, relationships, and so much more. Prepare to be entertained and educated. I know you're going to love it. Join our movement and embrace being another girl. The views expressed on this podcast are our own and do not reflect our employers. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. You are listening to Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends. I'm Mallory, and welcome to this podcast. We are changing culture and bringing back traditional values. So, welcome to the podcast. This is another solo Mal episode. Like I said before, working out different guests. I should have more guests coming up in the next couple of weeks, but I didn't want to keep going a bunch of weeks without episodes. Plus, there's so many things to discuss. I have 3 really good main stories for you guys this week. A couple of things. I want to give you guys like a quick little life update. This past week I had jury duty. So this is my 4th summon. This was my 4th summon. And the other 3 I had been in school, so I never actually had to go. And that was great for me because I personally, it's something that everyone's always shocked about. I personally don't really want to be on a jury. Like, that's not a desire of mine. I don't want to be in charge of someone's fate. And someone told me I was being dramatic. I'm like, well, no, like, people, like, our justice system, or not even just our jail, the way our jails work is actually, we could be better, and it can change someone's life for the worse. Jail is supposed to be a place, ideally, maybe this is a liberal thought of mine, but ideally the idea is for you to be rehabilitated. The idea is for you to go to jail, figure out why you did the crime, or try to fix whatever it is that makes you a not good citizen and make you better. Like, that's what I think jail should be. Jail is really more of a punishment, so you continue to be punished. And I think if someone has, this is just me talking, I don't know if this is like I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I think maybe if someone is in jail for life, then I guess I can see where it could maybe be more of a punishment system. I still think people should be treated humanely because I'm a Christian, and I think that every life is valuable. I also don't believe in the death penalty. So, just me thinking out loud, I think that if someone's in jail for 3 years, they should be using that 3 years to make themselves better, to be punished, to receive to be punished and work on what it is that made them go to jail, and then also for restitution. So if they stole something from someone, they need to figure out how to pay them back, because the person who was wronged, they deserve to have justice as well. I think that justice is a huge goal, and I do think justice can look different for different people. For example, I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, so I just don't want to be in charge of it. Okay, that's just me. So, I'm trying to get out of it, couldn't get out of it. I show up. And if you are going to be on jury in Mecklenburg County, guys, we are blessed. Our the jury suite is so cute, and they have a TV. They play movies all day. They have vending machines. They have pinball machines. They have a room where you can talk on your cell phone. They have a room with computers. They have a place where you can just sit and relax. They have a place where you can sit outside and get some fresh air. They have a fridge, so if you need to bring your lunch, so you don't have to buy food every day, because you only get paid $15, I think, or something like that, maybe $20 a day. So there's that. But your job, it's your like civic duty, so your job should still, like, you don't have to take PTO for it. You should not have to take PTO. Every state is different. I'm just telling you what's going on in Mecklenburg County. So anyway, I was kind of reassured that like the jury room wouldn't be that bad. Like the first day, we spent a good chunk of the day in the jury room, and you can't just like up and go. You have to, you're told when to go and when to come, and like we did the whole thing. They were trying to pick members of the jury, so we learned about the case, and it was actually, I'm not going to share like what the case was, but it was intense. Like it actually, like I would have been deciding someone's fate. Like they ended up taking a plea deal, and it was for a significant amount of time, and this was the plea, so yikes. So yeah, they ended up taking a plea deal, thank God. I had to come back a second day. Like it was just, and my friends were all joking with me because they knew I really didn't, like I said, like I did not want to be in charge of someone's fate, and they were joking with me. They were just like, you're gonna walk in and like you check a lot of the boxes. They're going to want you. And then when you read off like what your occupation is, like they're going to want you. And I'm like, I know. But it ended up not being too bad. Because he took a plea deal. So we had to go in for 2 days, and then that was that. So it was like a really interesting experience. Don't be nervous. Like I wasn't nervous in the sense of, because when we were there, the bailiff was like, okay, you guys, don't be nervous if you don't get something like that. I'm like, I'm not nervous. Like I don't want to be the person in charge of someone's day. But I could. Like that's the other thing too. Like I don't want to be, but like if I was completely picked, like they were still doing the jury selection by the time we took the plea deal, so they hadn't completely picked everybody. I would have, if they said, hey, we actually need you because we're going to, like, I would do it. Like I could and I would. I just don't want to. But like if I really needed to, I can suck it up. I I do things I don't want to almost every day. So I could do it. But yeah, that's what happened to me this week. I'm trying to think of anything else about it I'd like to share. It was a truly an eclectic group of people. Like it was a variety. I always forget because of where you get that, our friends, I'm located, and where and who I end up spending the most time around. I always forget how like diverse my county is, but it's very diverse, and it was a very diverse, eclectic group of people, and everybody there was eclectic. Like some people were really excited, some people were like, "Oh God, I don't want to be here." People were like, "I have a vacation I need to go on." Some people were like, "I have a doctor's appointment," and you can't, if you have a vacation, you can't get it moved. And I don't know why that woman didn't, but there was a gentleman who had a DWI, like, So, I mean, I don't know. It was a very, very eclectic group of people. I guess I'll leave it at that. It's not that bad. Because we have a really nice week. So I could work on things. I brought my laptop. I didn't bring my laptop. I brought some jewelry stuff. I had a vendor market this weekend, and I did really well. I'm very happy. Finally, like jewelry game is finally up. Everything I'm wearing is from the store as well, if you ever want to check it out. So yeah, I brought some jewelry things I needed to work on while I was there as well. So it was productive 2 days, at least for me. Like I got a lot of stuff done that I need to get done because my current schedule doesn't allow for much time to do the things that I love. So I was able to do a lot of that. I'm trying to think of anything else from this week. Nope, that's it. I have 3 very interesting stories to talk about with you guys. And I am excited to get to them. The first one is from Evie Magazine. And yeah. Plus size woman wins Miss Alabama, trans woman wins Miss Maryland. That's the title of the article. So I first want to start off with, I absolutely, every fiber of me, there is not a part of me that does not dislike how it's a specific type of group of people lump plus size people and trans people together. I cannot express how much I hate that. I really, 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 really hate that. I think they're two separate things. They're two separate issues. I think they affect two separate people. I think that how people, I don't like it. I really don't like it. And obviously it is because I am a plus size woman. I think like I was saying this all the time, like if I actually had been born like, stereotypically beautiful, and if I, got married young and when I when I wanted to, and had kids when I wanted to, and like my life turned out a different way, I always wonder like, and you can think about this too in your own life, and you guys let me know what you think about this. If these things had happened, would I be the same person? Would I still care about people the same way that I do? Would these things still rub me the wrong way? Because I think any logical person can see a plus size woman and a trans woman are not the same. I think any logical person can see that, but I also wonder if that's my life experience. Like if I was not plus size, like if I was like beautiful and like I won pageants myself, I wonder if I could see how these two things are separate. I always think about that. It's like, are the things that we're passionate about and care about, are they timeless things, or are they things that we are passionate and care about because of some of our life experiences? I like to think, I hope that I would still care about these things. I hope that I would still care about the other if I wasn't another. I would hope that. I don't know, because I know some people who aren't others that don't care. I also know some people who are beautiful and they do kind of see plus size women and trans women the same. So I just wonder if those are affected. That's just a thought I have. Okay. So just saying, I hate that they're lumped together. All right, let's just talk about it though. This woman and this non-woman won Miss Pageants recently. And remember, Evie is like, it's not like a fact, not facts, that's not the right thing. Evie is editorials. Evie is nothing but. So this is what the article says. It says, "Are beauty pageants okay? Plus size model Sarah Milliken has." Let me read that again. "Are beauty pageants okay? Plus size model Sarah Milliken was crowned Miss Alabama, while biological male Bailey Ann Kennedy won Miss Maryland. Sarah Milliken, 23, a plus size woman from Atmore, Alabama, was recently crowned Miss Alabama. This year was her third time competing. Quote, "At 16, I came back as a teen. I worked so hard and changed everything about myself. I became who I thought they wanted. Days before the pageant, I had a mean boy tell me I was too ugly to win. I was going to prove him wrong, so I went into the pageant weekend with a fire under me. I didn't even place. I was humiliated and hugged my head low, thinking my non-placement meant one thing, and he was right. I vowed to never compete again, so I didn't. For 7 years this weekend, I turned to the NAM stage to prove to myself I didn't give up. I could do this. I was more than the mean things that was said to me." End quote. Milliken seems like a sweet young girl. I have no doubt she's a lovely person, but as others have argued on social media, a beauty pageant should still consider contestants' physical appearance. What about the other women in the contest who worked hard for their bodies and ate clean to attain fit physiques? What message is the pageant sending to young girls when they're promoting an unhealthy size that associates with diabetes and cardiovascular disease? Yet not everyone was too upset about Milliken's win. At least this one doesn't have a D word, quote, wrote Dane and official on X, referencing the recent winner of Miss Maryland. Okay, so let's talk about Miss Alabama winning first as a plus size model. Someone actually recently asked me about this, and I'm going to kind of say something similar to what I said to her. I'm going to say this. You could not pay me. There is not an amount of money that will pay me to be the plus size spokesmodel for anything. I'm sorry. Like, you could not pay me. This woman is I mean, I saw this before this article went out. I saw it on Facebook in the comments. I mean, people, and the thing is, like, you should not let someone stop you from speaking the truth and doing things because you're plus size. So if this is something you truly desire, I don't think you should stop. Recently, I think I mentioned this before. Recently, I just had someone call me the conservative Lizzo, which I knew was going to happen. Like, not shocked, not surprised. I'm not going to stop being conservative. I'm not going to stop speaking truth. I'm not going to stop being pro-life. I'm not going to stop any of that stuff. Did it hurt? I mean, not really, because, like, yeah, I'm fat. Like, that's, I mean, I have eyes. I own a mirror, believe it or not. It's like, it wasn't like a shocking thing. But if he had said that, and then he got some of his friends, and then more people, and they started building up, then it would start to get a little bit more to me. And that's exactly what's happening to Miss Alabama right now. And I'm trying to think about it from her perspective. She really cares about pageants. She wants to be a part of pageants. I guess maybe because I don't care about pageants. I have no desire to be in one. I don't watch them. I have a friend competing in one, Frances. Shout out to Frances. I'm very proud of her. She's the only person I would watch in a pageant. Like, or if any of my other friends did pageant, I'd go watch for them, but I wouldn't watch until, like, I don't care. I'm proud of all my friends that do it, and I'm going to support them, of course. Like, I don't care. So maybe I'm like, because that is my mindset, maybe I don't understand, like, why you would put yourself in this situation, because it just seems unnecessarily, like, painful for you to do this. And, like, I don't know if this is moving the needle, because I don't know if this is moving the needle, because I think the truth is, anyone else that wants to do this they're going to see how she's being treated and not want to do it more. Like any other bigger girl that wants to compete is going to see how she's being treated. And it's not like the average human does not want to be, some of the things people have been saying about her. It does not want that. I mean, the average woman does not want to be compared to a trans woman. Like, that doesn't make, so I think the plan is, like, to move the needle. I don't know if that's the case, because people are being incredibly mean. But then I also see there are some people who are being kind, because, like, and that's the thing, like, if our pageants about the inside, and that's what they try to tell us, we know that's not true. But if pageants are about the inside, I have no doubt that it's possible she could win, because I just have no doubt. I also don't know her story. So, has she been fat her entire life? Did she gain weight recently? Has she lost weight? Has this been part of her weight loss journey, and she's planning to lose, 150 more pounds? I don't know. So yeah, so I don't know her full story. But the other thing, I guess, okay, so if it's about, the thing is, if it is about outside physical beauty, I am not saying that this woman is not beautiful. I'm not saying that. Do not hear me say that. I'm saying, when the average American in Alabama, I'll even say in Alabama, the average American in Alabama describes the woman that they find beautiful, a harsh, terrible truth is that they're not describing her. And I can say this because I know they're not describing me. I can say that. Like, I'm in the same boat as her. Literally in the same boat as her. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not saying this to be me. I'm not saying this is a higher than anyone type of thing. So, it does feel, I don't want to say, why it's not fair, because they worked hard. Is the physique, so I guess that's my next question. Is the physique part of it? Because I think that's an interesting line. Let me read that again. It says, Milliken seems like a sweet young girl. I have no doubt she's a lovely person, but as others have argued on social media, a beauty pageant should still consider contestants' physical appearance. What about other women in the contest who worked hard for their bodies and ate clean to attain physiques? I'm wondering if that's part of it. If that's part of it, then for sure, I think that like that's not fair. I don't think she should have won if that's part of it. If that's not part of it, then well, I don't know, because like it's just hard. It's not hard because what's understood doesn't need to be said. This is making rounds. Like let's be honest with her. This is making rounds because this is a controversial thing to happen. It's controversial because she is plus size. And that's the other thing too. And once I'm saying this for myself, like I'm not saying anything that like I'm as big as her. Like I'm not saying anything like I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to speak truth. I'm just trying to like talk. Yeah, I'm trying to speak truth. Like talk about the situation and speak truth. Because here's the other anyway. Because if it's truly based on physical, then like what's under like it's going viral because that was the other thing too. So it's going viral because this is unusual. And it's not like she is just, a size 12, 14, 16. She's probably 24, 26. Maybe 22. 24, 26, maybe 22. Maybe 28. I'll say between 22 and 28. I'm really not good at this, but she's a bigger woman. Okay. And once again, I'm in the same boat as her. Like, this is not me trying to be mean. It's not me trying to be critical. It's me talking about I'm talking about the competition. I'm talking about the competition. So I think that's partially why it's going viral. And like we can admit there's a difference between being a size 12 and being a size 22. There is a difference. And I think and I think that coupled with society and people acting like fat acceptance is real. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. As someone who is fat acceptance is not real. There's a couple people online who make viral videos that seem stupid, like the girl who oh my goodness, there's two different women. One of them was she's trying to make a petition so that like that people can have an extra seat on the plane, and she got upset because they didn't want to push her in her wheelchair, but they didn't say that how much she weighed, so it could have even hurt the person who pushed her, all this other drama. And then this other fat girl who went for a walk, and someone like told her congratulate, or like, oh hey, I'm proud of you, you're out here thing, did it twice. And as someone that happens to me actually quite often, like people who are kind of really condescending when you're fat and but like I don't know, they're being nice. Like they don't know what else to say. They're trying to encourage you. So like I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, occasionally it's kind of like I would never say anything to them because like once again they're just trying to be nice. But occasionally like it does like it's honestly like one time this friend of mine, and I know she's being sweet, but she said something like every time I see you out there, I think if she can go out there, I can too. And that's how I heard it. She could have written, oh yeah, every time I see you out there, I'm like, oh, this is so encouraging. Like, if you're out there, I can go out there. Like, you have a busy, like, that is probably how she wrote it. But how I read it was, every time I see your big butt out there, I think if that big butt can run or exercise, I certainly can with my skinny butt. So, like, that's how I read it. So, like, and obviously, all I said back was, oh, thank you. I'm glad I can encourage you. But like I think about that, and that's honestly motivation. Like to me, when people say something like that to me is honestly motivation. And so like don't stop. Like if you're listening, like, oh, I don't want her to feel no, please keep doing it. Like I love attention, love comments. Like don't get it twisted. But anyway, that does happen because like anyway, so this woman, so someone did it to this plus size influencer. And I'm calling it plus size influencer because like there's a difference between like being plus size and happening to influence. And there's and then like influencing because you're plus size, Anyway, and she's influencing because she's plus size. So she She made a video about how she snapped at the woman and said, I come out here. This is not anything different than anyone else. And blah, blah, blah. And then here's the other thing too, like, realistically, it is special because, like, I know some of the, especially, like, I'm into back to boxing again. I'm always the biggest person in the class, or in the class. Well, I am always the biggest person in the class, but, like, I'm always the biggest person when I go into the gym. So it is unusual. Like, it is unusual, and, like, I'm not saying, like, give me praise, but, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. She's probably, the woman I'm referring to is probably the biggest person out there on the trail, so it's a compliment her. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, anyway. I went off on that tangent. Don't know why, but those are my thoughts on the pageant, on the plus size girl in the pageant. I think that I do think physical appearance, if it's going to call itself a beauty pageant, I guess summarize, call itself a beauty pageant, I do think physical appearance should be considered. I don't think that sending a message to young girls to promote unhealthy styles associated with diabetes, I honestly think that's, like, I think that's, like, so silly, unless she goes up there and says, I'm morbidly obese and it's okay. I'm still beautiful. I'm still great and it's okay. And you, young girl that's morbidly obese, continue to do that. Don't let anyone stop you. Okay, then yeah. But, like, if she just happens to be plus size, I don't know anything about this girl. If she just happens to be plus size and won, and, like, maybe her cause is, like, cancer or something like that, then, like, she's not promoting, she's just existing. And that is where I think the way people react is actually quite mean and, like, unnecessary. Because if she's just existing, I don't think, like, she's promoting it. I think she's just existing and she just happened to want to win. But if they're doing, like I said, if they are doing if physical beauty is considered, I think the reality is, specifically in America, obesity is not considered beautiful. Morbid obesity is not considered beautiful. That's just a fact in America. And yeah. Oh, I also think the line, unless the contestants who worked hard for their bodies ate clean to attain fit physiques, I think that line is also ridiculous, unless that was part of the competition. I don't know. I'm not anything like that. Because you couldn't pay me to do it. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to be bombarded about how, as a person, I am useless and deserve to die. Because that's the type of things they say to people. And that's the type of thing she's receiving. So, like, couldn't pay me. All right, let's talk about the second part of this. Trans woman Bailey Ann Kennedy wins Miss Maryland. This Saturday, Bailey Ann Kennedy became the first trans woman to be crowned Miss Maryland USA. When speaking to the Washington, D.C. TV station, Kennedy described the win as a quote, whirlwind, because I knew it was bigger than me. I knew that it was going to mean a lot for all the LGBTQ kids out there who might feel like they don't belong in a box like me growing up, end quote. Kennedy, a Cambodian American, is the first Asian American and military spouse to win the title. He's going to compete for the Miss USA crown in LA this summer, and he's hoping this move will, quote, will open up some doors, open up some hearts for people to see that there are many aspects of the LGBT community out there, and I hope I can be a positive contribution to society and make a difference, like the USO program, like, oh, I guess it says USO, but I'm pretty sure it's the USA. Like the USA program I'm working with. Let's see. The pageant received major backlash following Kennedy's win. Quote, I can hardly believe that women are putting up with this as a former pageant participant. This is shameful and disgusting, wrote Dixie Chick 0211 on Twitter. There are conservative women and radical feminists alike who try to speak up against men erasing womanhood, but they are accosted, ironically, by other women. Another reminder that this is a editorial piece. Okay, so a couple of things. If you know me, you know I love women. I love being a woman. I am very proud to be a woman. I think God made us amazingly and wonderfully, and like, I believe in women's spaces. I think that a woman's beauty pageant should only contain women. I think it's terrible that men are allowed to compete. I think it's terrible when men enter women's spaces. And then not only when they enter women's spaces, but when they win or dominate in a woman's space. I think it's terrible. I think it's another step in, I don't want to say the patriarchy, because that sounds like it's step in the patriarchy, but it kind of is. Like, it's just women taking over men's space. It's like, we can't have anything. And like, it's just another step in another step in men, like, trying to overpower women. I think that essentially that's what it is. It's men trying to overpower women whenever they win these competitions and step in these spaces. Now, I also want to add, let me see here. I knew it was going to be a lot growing up. Okay, so this part right here. Who might feel like they don't belong in a box. I think so many people feel that way. And I think that we, as society, those of us who, like, I feel like I don't fit in a box. I feel like that constantly. Like, that's something that I will say that sometimes I struggle with that. Most times I don't, but there's occasionally, like, I'll be somewhere, like, with my friends or whatever, and then I'll, like, zone out and be like, I really don't fit in with these people. I love my friends. I'm very grateful for my friends. But I I don't really have a lot of friend groups that I truly, like, you're like, a lot of my friend groups, you can look and one of these things not like the other. So I definitely know how it feels to feel out of the box, how it feels to not fit in the box. And this is where I think as Christians, we need to come in and explain how it's okay. Because, like, here's the other thing too. I might feel that way, but I still have fun with my friends. I still hang out. I still feel loved. I still, and it's, well, another thing, it's an insecurity that you have. Like, it's a you thing. And I think that sometimes, it's two other things about it. It's a you thing, but if you don't know any better, you make it everyone else's problem. So, like, if I feel like I didn't fit in and I tried to make my friends feel bad about it, or if I tried to do things to almost, I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, it's, at the end of the day, it's like it's a me problem. So I can't make other people, like, I can't make it someone else's problem. And I think that those of us as Christians, it is our job to recognize that, to see that in ourselves, and then see that in others who are around, and then point them to Christ, and point them to having their identity in Christ, and point them, honestly, to just being okay with it. You don't have to, I feel like I don't belong. So LGBTQ kids who might feel like they don't belong in a box. And I think that when you feel that way, you can start to do things to make you feel better that don't align with God's calling, that don't align with the word of God, the truth, which is why I think a lot of times these kids go over to LGBTQ. Because, I mean, say what you want to say, from my experience, now, from my experience, some of the kindest, sweetest people to me have been people who are part of the LGBTQ community. I absolutely, now I'm not full, so I say this, and then people, I used to be in the, I mean, that has not been my experience, and I believe that. I also am not completely in. I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, from how I've been treated, they have. So I see, if you don't feel like you fit in, I can see how someone would want to be part of the community. But that's where we as Christians, we should be, where people see, like, they should say, oh yeah, those Christians have always been so kind to me. Like, they've always treated me with human dignity, with respect. They've always accepted me. Because I really think, like, a huge thing is, like, people who don't feel like they belong, they're looking and searching, trying to find these places, and they really should be looking and searching to us. Like, we should be the ones to offer them the truth. And, like, I think it sucks to not belong. Like I said, for the most part, I'm okay with it. There are times where I truly do, I'm like, oh God, this really sad. Like, I just wish I could fit in, like, there's things about me that I'm like, oh, I know. Like, even, even this weekend, I really wanted to play this game. Nobody really wanted to play it. Like, And something that like I really wanted to do, but nobody really wanted to. So like, I'm not gonna be like, you must play this game. We just play something else. And it's tiny moments like that. I just kind of like, man, I sometimes feel like no one ever wants to play the games that I want to play, which is just life. That's just sometimes, you have different interests. That's the other thing too. Sometimes you just have different interests than your friends. And the thing is, like, you can't, I don't say you can't make it that your person. I guess you can't make that your personality. You can't make that you that's a you thing. Like, I don't think my friends like meant it personally. They just don't ever really like the games that I want to play. I don't think that's like a personal affront. I think it's just like we have different interests. And the games we end up playing, I enjoy both, So I think we just have to do what we can to open ourselves up to make sure that we are, when people feel like they don't belong, they should at least be like, I don't belong, but at least I can be with so and so. And that's partially what I want the podcast, the community, those are the, not just the podcast, but like those are the girls community to be. Like, I don't fit in with anyone, but at least I get along with and I partially fit in with those are the girls. Like, that is my heart's desire for this community. So that you don't have to change who you are. You don't have to switch things up to fit in. You don't have to be somebody else just to, have friends or just have a community. So that is what I want to say about that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. In conclusion, I don't necessarily, if I'm being honest, I do not necessarily think both of these, well, one for sure should not have won. And I don't think the other girl should have won either. And that's hard for me to say because I think I view struggling with obesity, because obesity is a disease. And I'm sorry, nobody gets to be that size. And once again, I'm saying this as someone who is that size. No one gets to be that size. And does it just, I'm just a hand. That's just life. Like, there's so many other things that have come to that. So, like, I think I struggle with, like, completely saying, no, she should not have won, because I think, if I'm being honest, same reason why, like, a lot of people struggle with things, because I feel like I can relate. Like, and I will say this, I didn't think, yes, we got a plus size girl. I definitely did not think that for two reasons. One, previously mentioned, because I just know people are just going to be so mean. Like, I can't read the comments, because at the end of the day, what these people are saying, 99.9% of them are supposed to be Christian conservatives in the same community I'm in. What they're saying is also about me. So, like, that's tough. So I wasn't excited for that reason. And the second, because I would not wish obesity on anyone. And I don't necessarily think I don't know her. I haven't really looked into it. Unless she's straight up saying, like, be obese. I don't necessarily think her winning promotes obesity. But I also don't think it dispromotes it either. And I would not wish morbid obesity on anyone. I would not. It destroys every aspect of your life. And once I lose some more weight, I'll do some episodes about it. I'm going to do like a series on like some truths that people just don't share. And I mentioned last week, like, it's so fascinating that how women treat, obesity versus men, and like how they decide what causes a man to say, hey, I need to lose weight, versus what causes a woman. Anyway, so that kind of leads me to the next story, which is about the dress. There's no article associated with it. I just want to talk about the dress. Sundress Gate is what it's being called now on the Twitters. Evie Magazine, who I just want to say, like, I don't dislike Evie Magazine. I think that, heck, we just read an article from them, even though I don't like how they put lumps the plus size and the trans together. I think those are two separate issues, but With that being said, I don't dislike Evie Magazine. I want to like clarify that, because like I think sometimes people think that I don't like them. I don't dislike them. I use them for articles. We use them for articles all the time. I just want to preference that. They created what they call the perfect sundress. They're calling it, I just want to read the exact words. She's fertility tech. Google fertility tech. It is a sundress. I'll be honest with you. I think it's cute. I don't get the hate. So there's 3 things that I've seen with hate about it. That we'll go over in a second. But I actually think it's cute. Like, I really don't get the hate. I also, whatever. I think that, I also don't think it's necessarily bad that, like, they wanted to, like, they're starting a parallel economy. You know, I'm very pro, like, having other things, shopthepinkgirls.com, that support your values. So I'm not mad at that at all. I really don't understand the hate. So let's talk about the 3 reasons people are upset about it. The price. Let me actually just pull it up. The price. It is $129 for a sundress. And it comes in white and yellow. Once again, I think it's actually cute. Like, I don't really see a huge problem with it. But it comes in white and yellow. And people are upset. People are upset. Not happy. They are not happy about it. Sorry, let me pull it up. Oh, okay. I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Link website. Okay. It is a yellow dress. Well, it's yellow and it's they have it in yellow and white. Let me read you the product description. It celebrates your femininity with the perfect sundress designed to be incredibly flattering and functional. Featuring bra fusion technology, which offers invisible support and lifts for your breast, a sweetheart neckline, an A-line silhouette with a flared hem and a slimming waist, smocked backing for flexible and easy wear, discreet pockets, a thin lining for the perfect drape with no transparency, and adjustable straps for customizable fit. Built-in bra, invisible technology, liftable bra fusion technology, sweetheart neckline. Okay, sorry. Oh, and it has pocket, functional and discreet. Let's see here. Material is 100% rayon. We're going to talk about that in a second. Shipping is free, standard shipping on all orders within the US. Okay, I think that is it. They call it fertility tech. Anyway, the idea is that men are doing the whole, we love when a girl's a sundress. Well, let us create a sundress. So, like, your husband's gonna love it, blah, blah, blah. Turn the men's high. It is really male gazing. That's really purposefully. And it depends on who you are, whether you like that or not. I go back and forth. Some days I'm like, of course, like, I want a man to look at me. Like, hello, like, I'm a woman. I eventually want to get married. Like, I need a man to look at me to be married. The other half of me is like, actually, no, I think maybe that's where I'm always. I was about to say, the other half of me is like, what's the opposite? I don't want people to look at me in a attractive way. No, I do. I want people to look at me in an attractive way at all times. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. Because people are complaining about that. Oh, I guess that's the 4th one. So let's talk about that first. Some people are like, oh, it's very male gazy. It's very built for men to like. I guess I'm gonna build it for men to like be quiet about it. Maybe that's what I like. Maybe that's where I stand. Because like realistically, a lot of times, I don't want to say we dress for men. That's not the right way to say it. But like, I'm just trying to think of how to say it. I don't think women dress for men, but they're not upset if a man finds them attractive. That's the reality. So, what does that exactly mean? You decide in your heart what you think that means. If men dress for women or what. Okay, so, and let's be honest, if men dress for women, if women dress for men, but let's be honest, men do the same thing. So, because that's just how we're biologically born. When you leave the house, you do want someone to find you attractive. Are there rare occasions where you're just trying to go to the shop and you don't really care? Sure. But for the most part, when you go out, when you go to church, when you go to work, you do not want people to go and say, dang, that girl is ugly. No, you want them to perceive you as attractive. That is just human nature. That is how life is. So I That's another tick. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it's kind of funny and silly saying this like fertility something. But I don't think it's bad. Oh, the website is theperfectsundress.com. I love a sweetheart neckline. I don't have the boobs for that. My boobs are ginormous. So they don't, so yeah, I guess that'll be the next thing. This dress was not made for me. It was not, and to be honest, when I heard they were making a sundress, I knew it wasn't going to be for me. So it is strange. It is a little strange to me that I did see some people online who were saying that they were hoping it would be bigger sizes. Why? Why would you think it would be bigger sizes? I think that's another thing too, like, Evie, my friend said this, and I really think this is the truth. Evie magazine isn't a Christian or conservative magazine. Evie magazine is Cosmo from the early 2000s. It's not, at least, yeah, it's just not. It's not a Christian magazine. It's not a conservative magazine. It's Cosmos from the 2000s. It is not some leading in like modesty, because that's going to be the next thing. It's not some leader in modesty. Obviously, just like in the early 2000s, they don't think you should be walking around butt naked with like pasties on. But they're also not going to sit here and say you need to dress like modest is hottest either. I don't think they're going to say modest is hottest. Modest is hottest. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, so Even magazine. So like, I wasn't expecting there to be a size for me. To be honest, I'm shocked they have larges. I thought it'd be like extra small, small, and medium, and maybe even extra, extra small. Selkie has extra, extra small. I thought it was probably extra small, small, and medium. So the fact that they have a large, I'm like, whoa, okay. Now that, to me, that's progressive for Evie. Like, that's more than I expected. So I'm kind of confused why people, like, I would have liked to get an explanation why people thought that they would have, someone's like, I thought they'd at least have an extra large. Why would you think that? Like, to me, that would be against their branding, against like what they, like, as an overall company, like what they believe. Like, if they were to come out with an extra large or a 2X, oh my god, I'd be floored. I'd buy it and I'd be floored, because one thing, I do think it's cute. The other thing, modesty. There are some people who do not think it's modest. They think it's something you wear around the house for your husband. I personally don't see that. I think maybe the breast could be a little high. Like, if I were to create one, I'd probably make it bring the neckline a little bit up more. But I'm saying, like, looking at the model, I do think probably bring the neckline a little bit up, a little bit more. Yeah. But I also don't, like, if I saw someone wearing this, I wouldn't think, whore, Scarlet. Like, that's definitely not what I would think. But there are some people who do. You guys let me know. Do you think, I definitely will link the website so you can see a picture of the dress. Do you think that's what they would do? But that's another argument people are having. And then the fourth one, the material / did I talk about the price? Yes, the material / price. It is rayon. So I personally I have a bajillion other things I need to work on. So I know a lot of people are really into like getting down to like the clothes we wear, making sure like it doesn't contain toxins. I'm not shaming you. Like, go for it. Like, please do that if that's something you care about. I have a majillion other things that I am worrying about right now. So I'm not concerning myself with that. And like, as my friend and I were like, in my friend group, this me and another girl, we always agree on a lot of things. And as she says, here for a good time, not a long time. And I agree. Here for a good time, not a long time. I am excited for heaven. Like, heaven's going to be great. So I'm not here to I'm just not going to concern myself about like the materials and clothes. At least not right now. Maybe if I lose weight and like, a bunch of other factors, I'll start concerning, but I'm not. So I saw rayon and I was like, oh, okay. Didn't think twice about it. Apparently, rayon is not good for your skin, is what they're saying. It is, it can affect your fertility, is what they're saying. I haven't done any of the research. I don't care to. I'm just telling y'all what they're saying on Twitter. I don't know how true that is, because looking at the website, it says it is airy, light material, ideal for warm weather and humidity. It is made from natural cellulose fibers derived from wood pulp. Why would natural fibers affect your fertility? Like, to me, that kind of contradicts the idea that it affects your fertility, that is bad for you. If it's natural, I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. That is bad for you. So you do your own research on that. And people are saying that if it was 100% cotton, they would. And the price $129, which is a lot. Because this is a reactionary dress. This is Jeremy's razors, this is Jeremy's chocolates, this is that Bertram show, this is Chipchilla, this is what are the other brands? There's Public Square, this is that. So $129, what you're paying for is, also it's made in the US, which I respect. And let me tell you, as someone who owns a jewelry company, like, it is expensive to get things in the US, to like have manufactured in the US. Very, very expensive. Most businesses don't. Most, even conservative businesses don't. My manufacturers are not in the US. Occasionally, I will say, like, I have a really cute sign and display that was made by someone in the US. Some piece of materials I get to make jewelry, some of them are made in the US. But I'm paying a bigger price for sure. So I respect that a lot, that it's in the US. That it's made in the US. What else? So people are upset about the price. So, but the price includes the US, but the price also includes, like I said, it's a reactionary dress. It includes the reactionary aspect of it. So if you believe in the cause, if you support the mission, you'll buy the dress. Like, I think that's just kind of like, I don't know. You'll buy the dress if you believe in that. Let me see here. I wonder if they restocked. I'm actually shocked that they haven't sold out of everything. I'm on the website now. I sold out of the small and the large, which, sold out of the small and large of the yellow one, and they just sold out of the large and the white one. That's interesting. Very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that's what's going on with the perfect sundress. Once again, I think it's cute. If you like it, I think you should get it. If you don't, I don't think you should. I also think that there's something wrong with her wanting to do a I don't think there's anything wrong with her wanting to make the sundress. I know people like I support it. Girly, like, if you have an idea, do it. I hope they do more. I'm not expecting anything more than a large, so I probably won't be shopping there anytime soon. At least for, 2 years. So, there's that. But that's what's going on with the perfect sundress. Let me know. Have you seen it? Do you think it's cute? Like, what are your thoughts? Last story. I'm really excited about the story. Something that I pushed back. I think it pushes back like twice. Let me pull it up. This is from page 6. This is the weird science. We're going to wrap it up on this story. Page 6. The internet. Oh, sorry. Wrong thing. Page 6. Angered Scarlett Johansson declined offer from OpenAI before company used voice eerily similar to hers. I'm actually shocked I haven't seen like other conservatives talking about this. Scarlett Johansson says she declined an offer from OpenAI to voice the artificial intelligence research organization's new ChatGPT 4.0 system, Sky, which she feels sounds exactly like her. The actress told Page 6 in a statement last Monday, or probably 3 Mondays ago, that she received the offer in September 2023 from CEO Sam Altman. Quote, he told me that he felt that my by my voicing the system, I could bridge the gap between tech companies and creatives and help consumers feel comfortable with the seismic shift concerning humans and AI. He said he felt that my voice would be comforting to people. After much consideration and for personal reasons, I declined the offer. End quote. Fascinating that they asked her. I think the reason why they asked her is because she did voice the AI. I was listening to a podcast that talked about it. It was in a conservative podcast. And she did voice the AI in another, like a movie or something, and her voice in the AI in that was well received. And I think they probably want her to do something like that again. And they think that people will like it and blah blah blah. And it'll be like soothing and XYZ. It's fascinating that they went ahead and did it with a voice that sounds similar to hers, because it's like, ironically, the fear of everyone's fear of AI revealed. You know, like that they'll use you or your likeness without your permission. Now, if it's not her voice, they can't do anything about that. Like, it's not her voice, it's not her voice. But I think maybe, well, actually, I don't know what the new AI laws are, like voice laws in that regard. I know that, like, for books or like for other pieces of art, or creativeness, like if it reaches like certain points that you can say, okay, this person stole my likeness and blah blah blah, you get money for it. I don't know when it comes to something like that, like if that is like the case. So I don't know if she can even do anything about it, which is like, that is the fear of the AI. Like, how ironic that is the fear of the AI. So that's something I wanted to bring everyone's attention. AI is coming, and I don't know if we can stop it. What do you guys think? Do you think that they are intentionally trying to do things to like make us? Do you guys think that this is the ironic reason? What do you think about AI? How are you feeling about like how it's coming upon us? You know, I'm sure there are positives to AI. A couple of things I can think of positives that I'll probably share in another episode, but I'm mostly thinking of negatives when it comes to AI. What do y'all think? Let me know. Let me know. That's it for the episode. I've talked way too long. I'm so thirsty. I need to get some water. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you did not enjoy it, leave a constructive criticism. Let me know. I hopefully will have some guests in this upcoming week, so it'll be a much better show, because I know you guys aren't the biggest fan of just a solo Mal, but here I am, me, and this is what you got for this week. Let me think of anything else. If you enjoyed it, though, like, please let me know. Like, that would actually make me feel really good. If you enjoyed it, leave a review, rate, subscribe, do all the things. Have a good day, night, evening, however, wherever you're listening. Bye.